So, if y'all are not aware, I've read Full Night not too long ago, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I won't even lie. It is pretty cool. I did some reactions, posted even a whole vid, right? So like, why am I not too like hung up on the whole thing? Well, I mean, low key, I made the vid for my man. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. But what I would say about Fortnite, right? Its premise, very good. I do think the Fortnite premise is very interesting and intriguing. I feel like this concept has been not done before, but like the idea of humans using like whether it's plant DNA or becoming more leaning towards becoming plants to extend their life, that that's been an idea, but not to the scale of Fortnite. Fortnite, like the entire human race, is trying to adapt in this apocalyptic setting to advance. Top of top night, yes sir. To advance. So, um, yeah. So I'm going into this. I'm like, wow, I've really not seen this before. And what makes it cooler is that society itself is built around this concept. So there's like the concept is called transferation. So they have transformation facilities. People will of course do it, and then they also made like they don't have like a caste system in the sense of like, all right, all the people we don't care about, y'all go get transferred, while all the other people don't. Like if you get transferred, you have to be about to die. You get paid a lot of money, yada yada. So they're trying to make it as morally acceptable as possible, even though the topic itself or the concept itself is crazy. And again, if no one does it, we all die from lack of oxygen. So you got to do that shit. It's almost like how people kind of justify becoming a donor when they're dead. It's like, well, if like y'all could use, you know what I'm saying, like whether it's my organs, whatever, after I'm gone, because I won't need that shit. Like, not exactly the same thing, but yeah, the logic's like, if I can help society go by providing oxygen through this process. So yeah, so I'll say in terms of premise, is definitely up there in one of my if I have to list all my favorite manga premises, if everything I'm reading, Fortnite will be in the higher end of it. But my issue is that like that's about the only aspect I'm gonna give it. I won't even hold y'all. I am usually an MC person, right? Fortnite MC, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That nigga kinda dookie. Kinda. Not in the sense that his writing is bad, right? Like someone who can write a story like Fortnite is not gonna write like a terrible MC. But fuck that nigga, bro. Like I don't. He's my issue with him is that like I'm unsure. Like first off, I don't really think he stands out in like any aspect. So and also he be making decisions that kind of ruins a lot of people's lives or at least their momentum. So, and one of the biggest things is that in when he got his money for transferation, right? He gets robbed. Happens. Then the female lead, who's probably the best character in that story, she makes a deal with him saying, okay, I'll provide for you since you're now a broke nigga. I'll provide for you, and in exchange, you help me out. And I think it's either find her sister, stepsister, adopted sister, maybe it's an auntie. It's just some woman in her life that has gone missing. And I'm assuming it's on the, I don't know if it's North Pole or South Pole. One of the poles though. So yeah, and then so they make a deal, right? I get you a job, I get you money, and in return you help me with this. He agreed. And then after like the first arc, he kind of looks back like, you know what? I don't feel like it. And then just says fuck the deal. I'm just like nothing wrong with changing your mind, but what about all the things she gave and provided for you in exchange for you helping her? Now you're gonna be like, oh, fuck that. I'm like, dude, like at least either give those stuff back or make it up in another way. He just acted like he can take, like he can promise something, take what they offered for that promise, and then not give what he's offering for that promise. So like that was already a flag for me. I'm kind of like, dude, what? is this your character? Like, what the hell? And people would justify it because, oh, he's scared. Oh, if you're in his situation, no matter what, I wouldn't say no matter, but in a lot of situations, you gonna keep your word. Or if you can't keep your word, make it up somehow. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, okay, I broke my promise, but I'm gonna make it up. Make it up. I don't know if it's with you or for you. I think it's with you. No, I think it's for you. Anyway, with this or that. Right? Okay, I'll do this instead. I'll do that instead. My bad. Yada, yada, yada. No accountability for this nigga. And another thing is that there was a serial killer going around killing niggas. Like, it killed crazy people. And then the guy could kind of talk to plants, Toshiro. So, after killing all these niggas, he could finally talk to Toshiro. And he was basically like, hey, my life was terrible. I'm obviously downplaying it because I don't really feel much for these serial killers, but like lived a terrible life. And after looking at the serial killer story, it was avoidable. I won't lie. At least it would not be that bad. It's just that people in that pauper town, they're a whole bunch of whole ass niggas. But anyway, he lived a bad life, right? His sister ended up getting hurt. I mean, killed. You know, the system was terrible. So he's taking it out on all the people involved in like his sisters, like his transformation. And again, I don't mind the logic, right? Because I won't tell people how to grieve, right? If you lose a loved one, I'm not going to tell you how to act after you lose a loved one. But what I would say is Toshiro of all people should not be on this poor boy. What about the boys he killed? They're poor boys. You can't be like, oh, serial killer, you may have killed 20 kids, but your life was so terrible. Those kids' life were terrible. They're gone. At least the serial killer can live. He lost his sister, yeah, but all these families, they all lost someone because he killed them. So what he's feeling, they feeling too. But it's now more niggas feeling that same way. So I'm like, and especially how Toshiro reacted when Yomiko was just hurt. She ain't even died yet. She was just hurt. And then so he was on this like, oh, I feel for you. Oh, yes, Mr. Serial Killer. I feel like, again, I don't think it's bad that we went down this let's look at Ivy's point of view, because that did make the story better. I'm not gonna act like it didn't. But at the same time, this nigga corny, because everyone around him was like, bro, Ivy is not good. That's not good. But that nigga, like, what the hell? So yeah, that was just it was whatever. So yeah, not really a big fan of him. He got better recently though. Recently he ain't really messing things up. I liked with Yumika. He didn't tell Yumika about Akira. Actually, no, he told about Akira. He didn't tell about Yomiko and Dr. Kudai. I felt like that was very good. I low-key expected that he would tell her because he just be on some dumb shit. But no, he yeah. And also he started being a lot more responsible when it comes to Yomiko. So that's why I can kind of forgive him snaking her with that promise and the deal and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm like, overall, nothing wrong with Toshiro. If people like, nothing wrong as in like, if you like Toshiro, I'm not going to hold you for it. So, yeah, so when I hear people, oh, Toshiro, oh my God. I don't know what they see it, but I'm not going like, oh, yeah, y'all like trash. No, he's not like, you know, to the level of like terrible character. Because again, the author can write. So he's not going to make a character that bad. I just don't fuck with him. If I had to think of Toshiro highlights, the best things Toshiro has done, I'm sorry. I'm going to be here a while. And I have to really glaze to find something. Like he's doing alright. You know what I'm saying? Not on some main character shit. Like, I feel like another, like a very small side character from another good series would accomplish what Toshiro did. Like, he's not really given main character. Whereas, like, someone like Yomiko, ooh, that's a character. Yomiko, she's one of like the better characters I've read just like recently. Like, Yomiko's very good. I really like her. So yeah, so the fact that the main character doesn't move me at all, and again, I'm a main character guy. Most series I read, main character is probably my fave or like top 3 almost every time. So Toshiro being by far the worst character in this series for me, or maybe he's like bottom 3. You know, so like I could probably find 1 or 2 even more garbage characters, but like I don't like this guy. I really don't. And I thought after all this time I eventually end up liking him. I just could give him more grace now. But yeah, so outside of the main character, so that's another reason why I'm not too big on it, because main character I don't really, you know, that me and him, we got no affinity, bro. I see him across the street type shit. I ain't even trying to bother with that dude. Now, like I mentioned, Hirorin, Yomiko, great. 10 out of 10. I love her. All right. She had a little like volume 3, like 2, 3, and I think a little bit of 4. I wasn't sure if Yomiko would end up regressing, but she did it. She popped her shit. Loved it. Um, but I would say number one, the action, right? Action's good. But the thing is, and people always compliment the action as they should. But my thing is that this is not an action story though. So no matter how good the action is, it's just icing on the cake. The cake itself still gotta be good. You put icing on like some shit, and no one gonna eat that. I don't care how good the icing is. So it's like not saying that's what Fortnite is. I'm just saying that like this is not like a battle shonen. It's not a like this story could be strictly political and it'll still work. We didn't actually need niggas with guns killing each other. Like that's not needed. It's a great addition to the story and it makes the story better. Cause I would say something like Mujina with Asano, that series could also benefit off having better action. It doesn't need it, just like in Fortnite, action isn't needed, but it can never make your story worse. Like better action would never make your story worse. So Fortnite definitely benefits off having good action, but it's not to the point where it's like again. What I mean by not an action story is that like big epic fights don't really decide much. Like the politics behind it is really what decides. So it's like for example, last arc was not solved because of action. The arc with like the central and the cleaners and all of that wasn't solved through fighting. Fighting was a big part of the arc, but at the end of the day, the central leader of the Translation 4 branch or whatever, he made the boss call. He said, "Hey, stop fighting," and then the arc was over, just like that. So at the end of the day, fighting doesn't solve the problems. Like politics and shit like that still plays a bigger factor to why things get solved than action. But of course, action again is still good. Like I don't think the choreography is great. I really do like the choreography. So yeah, so even one of the better aspects, again, the action isn't taking like it's not part of the bigger like cake of Fortnite. So like I can sacrifice like the action a bit lower just to make Toshiro way better. I would sacrifice it. I won't lie, I would. So because I think that like a main character like Toshiro should like a story could like this story could benefit off having a better main character easily. I mean, any story could. So that's another thing. I would say too, this series, as we're getting deeper, especially after last arc, very good. Like Popper Town Princess with Yumika, all that shit was popping. But then we get introduced to Central, which was great. I like the Central conflict. The whole idea that instead of advancing transformation to the point where humans can fully adapt to like the plant cells or whatever, then everyone could be like a human plant that can produce oxygen but still move and live. Because that's like the dream best case scenario. But at the end of the day, the central scientists don't want to become plants. They said, "Nah, y'all niggas can become plants. We gonna stay human though." So that's why they're trying to stop transformation at this stage, so everyone else can become spiroflores. That's what it's called when you're fully become a plant as a human. You're a spiroflore, and then we stay as humans. But like, because like if they advance it all the way to the end, then even the scientists themselves will have to become spiroflores, or at least the human plant combination that can produce oxygen while also maintain your like mobility. So yeah, I found that concept very interesting. I really do like it. But my problem is again how that last arc I just talked about was solved. Boss call. So someone from Central that worked for Central realized that Central was just bullshitting them. They're not gonna go to see. I don't know if it's the South Pole or North Pole. I think it's South Pole. But how the South Pole, yeah, like because I think their base is in the South Pole. Actually, low key, I could just look that motherfucker up, bro. I could just look that motherfucker up, bro. Okay, yeah, I think South Pole. Cool. Yeah, so South Pole is where Central's base should be located. Again, I don't know if South Pole or North Pole, but I think South Pole. And then yeah, so these guys are realizing that Central might be on some bullshit. They might not promote them because Central's kind of telling them dreams where it's like, you do well for us, we're gonna move you to the South Pole. I think there's still some sunlight there, or at least one of the guys said when he was younger he saw sunlight. So they living good over there in South Pole. They think that like Cancun or something. Good vacation spot. So I'm just like, okay, cool. But then the guy ends up being like, you know what? Because Akira, which is one of the characters, ended up talking to him and then trying to convince him to be on their side. And again, that was what solved the problem, not fighting. Convincing this high political figure to stand down or to at least not fight to the death for Central. And that's what solved it. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, if they kept fighting, low-key, they might have won. I won't lie. They might have won. Because we didn't have Kaneno. So I'm just like, so Central allegedly was about to win. Boss call from a nigga from Central that said, hey, we're about to win. Story's going to be over. MC can't lose. Stop the fighting. And then now the fighting stopped. MC wins. I'm like, what the hell is So I'm thinking Central, in my head before that happened, Central was an organization that seemed very solid. Very solid, very smart, yada yada. But now after this, I feel like it's actually a very fragmented organization. And like, there might be a lot of infighting, unserious people. Kind of how the One Piece Marines are. Just overall terrible. And overall incompetent. Because again, I don't mind them being evil. I don't mind them being mean. Yada yada yada. But like, if you're incompetent, I feel like that directly ruins the story. I'm not gonna lie. If Central ends up being incompetent bozos, the story is gonna lose so much staying power. It'll be insane. Because I feel like the story struggled at first to establish what the problem is. It seemed more like a slice of life. Here's the life of someone who recently translated. And we were going through, the piano girl and some Pauper Town stuff, yada yada yada. Then after with Dr. Kudai and the Glory Days party, then it started getting more serious. That's when we got introduced to Central. But that was just like the tip of the iceberg. Now we're getting deeper to the iceberg. So that was when we got the full story conflict or context. And now that, Central was like, okay, this is the final bad guy. This is the big boss. But if the big boss is incompetent, if the big boss ass, if the big boss terrible, now what? Like, the whole story hinges on these Central guys. And if they stink, that's gonna make the whole shit stink. So I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie. I don't trust these Central niggas. I don't think they're gonna be good. I don't. And like, I feel like that's gonna be a problem. They did mention that they have like a cleaning committee, something like that, cleaners or whatever that might come in. That's the only way Central can be saved. I'm not gonna lie. If they fuck up this or Central turns out to be very incompetent, I feel like the series will just have good moments. Like we can go back. Oh, yo, Miko was cool here. Oh, Totoro was cool here. Oh, these scenes were cool. Yada yada yada. But in terms of like overall story, what the story's trying to say and do, points will be docked. Like you can't let Central be ass. You can't. And it's already showing signs that might be the case. Of course, we need more information, but overall, for a series that's like 14 chapters and all that, I don't know. It's not like the brightest future. And outside of just the world building, I don't think it has any like super big aspects to it. Because even as much as I love Yomiko, it's like the main female lead is still kind of tied to the main lead, not in like some romantic shit, but more like your main pair or your main trio or whatever has to be, like that aspect is combined. So like just Yomiko, I think is good, but since she's kind of tied with Toshiro as a unit, no. So I can't really give too much points for like the main character duo because Toshiro brings it down. And the action is good, but action-based stories are better. Like A Witch and the Mercenary. I feel like that action doesn't lose out at all. So, you know what I'm saying? Even though the world building of Full Night, I think, sweeps Witch and the Mercenary. Again, Witch and the Mercenary is more action-based. A lot of Witch and the Mercenary is solved directly by fights. So, again, it's not like action wise I'm taking Fortnite over other action series I'm currently reading. So I'm like, okay, action wise, action's good, but I still prefer my action manga over Fortnite. So you know what I'm saying? Now what? Plot again, world building's good, but the plot regarding Central, that's up in the air. I'm leaning towards it might not be that good. I'm not gonna lie. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But with how last arc ended, there's signs. I'm gonna need that explained. I'm gonna still need that explained. Why the hell did he? Whatever. Um, and like cast is good, but not to the point where I think I don't like. It's not good enough to the point where like I think other people is not writing a cast like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like Kaneno cool, Yomiko cool, Dr. Kudai cool. I'm not throwing Akira in there. I'm not gonna lie. He used to be cool. Yomika cool, but like I can read another series I like and have a better list. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm looking at it. I'm just like, bro, what do you have that makes me really go, oh yeah, you're the one? Outside of just the world building, hey, I'm not too sure, bro. I'm not too sure. And even then, I mean, I'm an Asano fan. I don't even think his world building is that much superior to like Mujina's. So like, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so Fortnite again. I'm gonna give it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it a little bit more. Hopefully within the next few chapters, it really pulls me in. But I might let that motherfucker stack. I'm not gonna lie. I might let it stack, or at least keep it out my reaction rotation. But we'll see though. I think that it has a decent future and there's potential there, but not to the point where I'm like if someone else does not want to read Fortnite, I won't like press them. Usually when it's like a series I really like, and then say, should I read it? I'm gonna try to press it a little bit. Hey, but like the series good, but check it out. Just a volume, you know what I'm saying? Put a little pressure on it because I want them on some gas. With Fortnite, they don't want to read. I'm keeping it moving. Next convo, next topic, we good. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. Again, not too big on it. Not gonna lie. If you fuck with it, I respect it. I do. I don't think it's terrible, but yeah, Tosho don't move me. The other world building moves me though. I really like the world building. And I guess the Popper Town themes are also very good. I like that. And even the whole translation themes too. I like. Hey, the themes are good. I like the themes. But again, a lot of good manga got good themes. That's what makes them good manga. But yeah, that's I think that's the main bulk. That's probably the main bulk. Hopefully, again, it goes crazy. I think next arc will be good. Like one that already has bad arcs, and I didn't even talk about like the side arcs with the Buddhist dude. That arc was good. And that was a Yomiko only arc. Like Yomiko, I'm not gonna lie, take Yomiko out of this series. Oh, I can already smell the shit here, bro. I can already smell it. Ugh, hell no. We good. So shout out Yomiko carrying the fuck out the series. Kaneno too. She who, Kaneno. Yes. That might be it. But yeah, that's it. We're gonna see in the future though. But if you enjoyed the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to support the channel. Also, check out my Patreon too. Link is in the description down below. You get early access to more videos like this one. You get access to my Twitch VODs as well. Again, link is in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I catch y'all later. Peace.